Welcome back to the Poor Valley Princess Kitchen. I'm Beth Morgan, the Poor Valley Princess, and it is Valentine's Day. So this year for Valentine's Day, I am making a special dinner for my sweetheart, one that we love here in the Valley, chicken and dumplings. And so if you'll stay with me today, I'm going to walk you through how the Poor Valley Princess makes some yummy chicken dumplings. They are delicious. We are going to start off today using the Instapot. Now this is a Power Cooker XL. You may have any brand of Instapot. I love a pressure cooker. I just got off work myself. It is a little after 4 o'clock and I plan on having this dinner on the table really quickly by utilizing the pressure cooker. Now back in the day, used a pressure cooker on the stovetop, but when the Instapot came out, I fell in love. This thing really helps me cook fast, which is kind of a joke. In our house, I cook fast. Okay, so we're going to start out today to make our chicken and dumplings using some chicken breast. Now, I have already soaked these chicken breasts in some salty water for about an hour. If I am using fresh chicken, I always soak it in a sodium solution, some salty water, for about an hour. I just find it makes the chicken juicy and it helps it hold its moisture in. So I've got 3 chicken breasts here and I'm just going to place those in my cooker. They already have salt on them, so I'm not going to add any salt. I am going to add just a little bit of liquid in the bottom of my pot here. And then I'm going to turn it on. This chicken should cook in about 20 minutes. All right. So I'm going to add my water and here we go. All right. I have my chicken in the pressure cooker and I'm just going to set it on the chicken setting and I'm going to adjust my time to 20 minutes. I think that it will be finished in that amount of time, but I'll just open the lid and check it when it's finished and we'll see. Now we're ready to put together the soup part of our chicken and dumplings. So I like to use a cast iron Dutch oven. This one is enamel covered. I love this Dutch oven. You can get these. This is a Food Network one. I think I got it at Kohl's, but you can buy these different places, but I love a Dutch oven for this recipe. So I've already got my first vegetables prepared. We're going to start with 3 tablespoons of butter. We're going to melt that in our Dutch oven. And as soon as that butter is melted, we're going to toss in an onion that I've chopped up pretty well, some celery, and some carrots, along with some salt and pepper. Have all that ready here to dump into our Dutch oven pot. We're going to saute that for about 4 or 5 minutes, just until the onions get soft and it'll be ready for the rest of the liquid to be incorporated. All right, so hang on. All right, my butter is melted, so now I'm ready to dump in my vegetables and let them start sauteing for about 4 or 5 minutes. The vegetables are sauteing, and now I'm going to add in some thyme and let that incorporate together and cook down for just another minute. The thyme is well incorporated now into the vegetables, and we are ready to sprinkle in some flour until there are no wet spots left. I'm just going to shake the flour on so you can see a little bit at a time. I'm going to cover over the top, and then I'm just going to gently stir that in. until I see that there are no dry places, until I see that there are no wet places left. A little bit more, so I'm going to toss in the rest of this flour. And we have made the base of our soup here. We are ready for our next step. Now that our sauteed vegetables are dry, we're going to add in 2.5 cups of chicken broth. And let this mixture simmer until it thickens. My soup mixture is thickening up, so I am ready now to add in my milk and give that a nice stir, and my chicken, which came out nicely from the pressure cooker in 20 minutes. There is nothing like having that pressure cooker ready to cook your food so quickly. All right, so I'm going to stir in my chicken here. And now this soup mixture is ready for my dumplings. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn this off. I'm going to put my lid on, and I'm going to let that just sit while I get my batter ready for my dumplings. All right. All right, I have all my ingredients ready to get my batter going. Now I've put all my dry ingredients in a bowl, and I've got those whisked together nicely. I'm going to take my butter and incorporate it first. I don't normally use solid butter on this recipe. I guess if you were using just any biscuit mix that you enjoy, you could use a cut up solid butter. For this, I find it works just as well to melt it, and it just seems to help the batter stick together just a little bit better. All right, now I'm going to add in my milk slowly. And here's a key to this. I am not going to over stir this part. So I'm just going to stir the milk in until it's incorporated. All right, my batter is ready to go, and we are going to dump it into the soup mixture. All right, I have my chicken dumpling soup mixture turned up on medium heat, and now I'm ready to drop my dumplings. Now, make sure you don't over stir your dough. That's going to help them stay soft and fluffy, and you want to try to get the same size dumplings. So you could use an ice cream scoop. Personally, I just use a large spoon and then a small spoon, and I just dump it into my liquid like that. Now I'm going to do this all the way across the top of my liquid mixtures, and I'm going to let my dumplings cook. I'm going to try to do this quickly, because once I have all my dumplings in, I'm going to put my lid on, and I'm going to let that steam cook my dumplings until they're nice and fluffy and done. I love fluffy dumplings. Now, I know some people like their dumplings flat and waxy. Personally, I like a good fluffy dumpling. And truthfully, I think a lot of people here in Appalachia do enjoy the fluffy dumplings for chicken and dumplings. All right, that is the last of my batter. Now, you really could just make 2 or 3 or 4 really large dumplings and put them in this mixture, and they would cook up. Personally, I like them about the spoon size that you saw. They cook up a little faster, and I know they're going to be done in the middle. Now, I can check those with a toothpick. I can just pop me a toothpick right in the middle of one of those little dumplings, and I can see if it comes out clean, and I'll know that my dumplings are finished. But I'm going to turn my heat down now just a little bit to medium-low, and I'm going to let these steam for about 10 minutes. And I'm going to keep an eye on them. I'm not going to leave them, but I'm going to keep an eye on them and make sure that nothing is sticking and everything is cooking up well in here. And in just a few minutes, we are going to have some delicious chicken and dumplings. Now, I admit it is very tempting to remove this lid to check on the dumplings and see how they're doing. Don't do it. Restrain yourself. You want those dumplings to have time for that steam to get in there and bake them up. All right, so leave that lid on at least 10 minutes. And now for the best part. Time to open that lid and see how our chicken and dumplings are faring. Oh, they look absolutely yummy. That is super hot. So let me grab my mittens and I will show you how these dumplings are looking. Look at that. They have fluffed up so gorgeously. And what I love about this particular recipe is the thyme. I love the way the thyme puffs up inside of the dumplings, and they are just fluffy, beautiful. This is ready to serve for our Valentine supper here in just a few minutes. So I know you're dying to know how it tastes. So let's see. That's hot. It's really delicious. If you've never tried to make chicken and dumplings before, I recommend this recipe. Now, if you don't care for thyme, or if you don't like your spices really strong, you might want to cut down on that in the dumplings. The recipe that I'm going to post has thyme actually incorporated into the dumplings themselves. I would, if you are not really crazy about strong herbs in your chicken dumplings, then take the thyme out of the actual dumpling and just put it in the soup mixture. It's still going to be delicious. And oh my goodness, yum, yum, yum. I hope that you have enjoyed your time here in the Poor Valley Princess kitchen with me, Beth Morgan. And if you enjoyed this video, would you please hit the little red subscribe button and the bell to give yourself some alerts, and maybe even like this video. I hope that you will try out making some chicken and dumplings. And hey, if you have a wonderful chicken dumpling recipe that you would like to share, I would love for you to post it in the comments below. That would be so fun for me. I love to try out different recipes. So again, thank you for joining me. I'm the Poor Valley Princess, and I'll see you next time.